Good morning children. Today we are going to discuss how we can use a class in our Python program. Already we are able to understand what is meant by the class. The class is nothing but a user defined data type which can have a class keyword followed by the name of a class. The class can have a data member inside the special function member function called underscore init underscore. The self must be the argument of all the functions. Okay. Now we have, apart from this, the data member declaration function init. We are using two other member function called def square of and def circle of. See here, the data what we are using here are self.side, self.radius, self.length, self.breadth, self.a. Now here we have a member function square of which have one argument self and which is have other argument which has to be passed when we are going to call this square function. So the data must be passed to call this square function because it requires one argument to execute this function. So what the data is going to be passed, that is going to assign the side member of this class, self.side getting the value of s. Now we are using the print statement inside this member function. Print perimeter of square equal to 4 into self.side. So 4 into self.side is going to be multiplied and the value will be displayed to show the value perimeter of square. And we are calculating that self.a area is equal to self.side into self.side. So side into side will be the area. Now after calculate this self.a, that is area, the area is going to be returned to the function where it is called. Yes. Now next, the another member function circle which doesn't receive any argument. So it is having the compulsory argument that is of self in it. Now the circle function going to calculate self dot, that is going to get the value of radius. Here self dot radius is going to be inputted float of input of enter radius. Now self dot a, that area is equal to, we are not calculating here area. See 2 pi r. 2 pi r is the perimeter of a circle. So 2 into pi value 3.14 into self dot radius is calculated and stored in A. Now the print statement, the perimeter of circle, we are displaying this one equal to self dot A. So what we calculated 2 pi r, the value is stored in self dot A. That self dot A is going to be displayed this value. Now again using the same self dot A, we are calculating the area of a circle, pi r square. So pi 3.14 pi value into radius value r square, pi r square. Now we are returning this value. See with this the class area with one initiate function and two member functions gets over. Now we are coming to the main function of our programming part. Now to use this, see here this the class is encapsulated. That means what? The needed data member and its function are grouped together. So the binding of data and its associated function with one name is called what? Encapsulation of OOPS property. So the class is called the property which is fulfilled that encapsulation. Now this is binded with the name of class area. How we can utilize the member of this data and the member function of the class area outside of our function. To use this class members, we must declare an object or instance of that class in the class area. So for this class area, we have to declare one object or an instance. Object or instance both are referring the same. Here, how to declare an object? Name of object equal to name of a class followed by set of parentheses. How to declare an object or instance to the class? Object name or the instance name of that object followed by assignment operator followed by name of the class area then followed by the set of parentheses. So here for this class properties we are going to assign one key member to open this and all. Now this the object having a power to use all these the members of data and the members of a member function inside the class area. Now let's see how we can call this, we can utilize the member of this class. See we are going to use declare some of the variables. See, L is equal to int of input of enter length. We are going to get the length. Yes, then here m is equal to obj dot square of. Now we are going to call the function, member function square, which is inside the class, which require one data. The self is a default argument, the another s is the another argument which need. So to call this one, we are calling this, we are using this object obja, what we declare for this class, obja dot square, name of the function is square, so square, within the bracket we are passing this value. So what the value we are passing, the name of L is going to be reached to the function there, and it is going to be copied to this value of s. Now s will have the value of what the value we get in a keyboard through this name L. So the L is copied in s. So this s is going to be stored in this side. So with this length value, it is going to calculate the perimeter and display and calculate the area and return the data. So once see the return statement, after getting this return statement, this return value will be returned to the called place where we called here object a dot square, called place. Here this the return value is assigned to this m. So the data what we are returned will stored in this m. I think you are able to understand. So we are calling the square function with one argument. It is going there and performing the operation in this the function, member function, and by seeing the return statement, this the value, what the value, self dot a value is going to be returned to the called place where we called m is equal to obj square of this place. It will return the returned value has to be assigned in this m. So when the function is going to return a value, in calling, the function must ready to get the value also. So what the value is written there, that should be stored in variable. So the variable m get the value of this returned. Okay, now n is equal to the another value, n is equal to, we are calling the other function circle of. This function doesn't require any other argument, the compulsory argument self alone there to use the members of this class. So no need to pass any data there. So we are calling this object a dot circle of. Immediately the function will go there and to perform this process, is to perform the process what's given there. Then calculating getting the value of radius and calculating this 2 pi r as a perimeter and displays the perimeter value, and then calculating the area and return self. So self dot a, this value is returned. So by seeing the return statement, it has to come with the value and the value has to be stored in a variable n. Able to understand? So we are calling the member function with one argument, we are calling the member function without argument, but both the function are returning value. So this the return value has to be assigned into a variable. Now, so we have a values, that is what area of square in m, area of circle in n. So we can display print the area of square is m, area of circle is n. So m, n and all not the member of class, so we can use as such. But here the class member data, no, that also can be used through this object. The object not only used for calling the member function, the object of the class can use the data of the class too. So how we can, the object a dot length equal to 25. Now the length which is declared here in the class, that the length here inside the class we are using, it is self data of this class. So self we are using. But outside, no, this length has to be referred through this the object of this class. So object class is what, area class is object a. So through that object a length equal to 25, object a dot breadth equal to 50. We are assigning the values to those object. Now we can display this one. Area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth, no. So object a dot length into object a dot breadth. So it's calculated and displayed there. Now we can use another variable inside this class a, self dot a, that is a. Self is referred inside the class, a is the variable. Now that variable is going to be here. Object a dot a is equal to object a dot length plus object a dot breadth into 2. So 2 into L plus B is the perimeter. So the print the perimeter of rectangle equal to object a dot a. So the member of the class data has to be used along with the object name. It may be the data member or the member function. I hope that you are able to understand. With this, the lesson 4 and its OOP concept gets over. The next class, we are going to discuss the lesson 5, file handling. Thank you.